Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport in the Championship. We are now into October, most of the way through, halfway through, 19th. It's somewhere in the second half of October. And we have actually gone undefeated in between episodes, and we've even won a match. So 3 further matches have been played. We started off with a 1-0 victory against Queen's Park Rangers, Paul Leal with the goal in this one. And then we played Bristol City. And we probably should have lost. Actually, no, we should have won. We were 2-0 up. We then conceded 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes. And then a Luis Valadres 91st minute equaliser rescues us a point against Bristol City. Against Derby County, we also managed to rescue ourselves a point through Sebastian Millet getting his second goal of the season. It means now I don't have to move my face to see where we are in the table. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put myself over there. But we are now 18th place in the table. 14 points on the board. Still only 4 points clear of 22nd place Hull. Obviously the last team in the relegation zone. But things are looking up. Things are definitely looking up. Today we're going to be up against Charlton and Portsmouth. Charlton are 21st. Portsmouth are 20th. I'm hoping for 2 victories here. We're also going to play Huddersfield in the middle. And without further ado then, it's time to play the first match of the episode. Charlton, who as I've mentioned, down in 21st, they're actually on fair form. They have drawn 4 of the last 5. They've beaten Crewe as well in the middle. We have won 2 of our last 5, drawn 2, and then lost against Watford. This should be an easy match. Easy. Even. Easy? I mean, Hull was easy. Charlton are 1 place ahead of them. This should be easy. The starting lineup we're going to go for then, in goal will be Terrazaz. It's going to be Sungui as the right back. I will never get his name right. Ezio Spadera as the left. Orellana and Paul Leal as the 2 central defenders. Morten Jessen will be the deep-lying playmaker. He, by the way, I will tell you this now, he's currently wanted by a couple of sides. Birmingham, Newcastle and Reading. He's worth about £500,000. Wouldn't be surprised if he ends up leaving fairly soon. But he is not a very good deep-lying playmaker. We are desperately training him up to be one, but I don't think he's a very good one. So hopefully he can kind of progress. I am looking at possibly getting a new one maybe in January, or possibly just trying to find somebody else to repurpose. We do have Prevost, or Prevost, I'm not quite sure, but he's currently out injured with a broken foot. Along with Morten Jessen in the middle of the pitch will be Luis Valadres and Jose Luis Perez. Leonardo Mercado and Lelico will be the wingers, with Sebastian Millet as that advanced forward leading the line. And as you can see there on the right hand side, with the last 5 games values here, everyone's played pretty good. Everyone has played pretty good. Charlton then playing a 4-4-1-1. I'm pretty sure we've already played a team who played a 4-4-1-1. Was that Hull? Did Hull play a 4-4-1-1 and we absolutely battered them? Are we going to see the same thing? Please, let's see the same thing. It's another sellout, obviously. We have actually sold out every single home match so far this season, and we're probably going to sell every single home match for the entirety of the season. Just 1 or 2 minutes on the clock. De Souza has the ball for Charlton running down that right-hand side. He's got no one in front of him. Tries to go past his man. Easily goes past his man. Keeps going. Does De Souza. Makes a block. Does Valadres. It's going to be a corner. I sounded a bit like Yoda there. It is a corner on the right-hand side. Poku goes over to take it towards the back post. Ezio Spadera, the Italian, heads the ball clear. Now it's going to be McCann for Charlton. Hopefully we can steal it away. Back to Lockyer. Back once again to Canate. And the highlight just ends. So we had an entire highlight, which actually didn't even count as a shot at all. We've had now a few shots each. Poku comes in with the corner. Orellana heads clear. Millet gets the ball clear further. Adore, though, has it back for Charlton. De Souza once again. He's doing a lot of football, De Souza is. Crosses in. Ben Brereton's headed effort is just wide of the post. Still 0-0. Neither of us are actually having any good chances. We've dropped down to 19th place in the table. Mercado's going to collect this ball from Perez. Doesn't manage to get his cross away, and now Canate can run with the ball. Instead stops and passes it across. Lelico down to Valadres. Makes some space. Now finds Leonardo Mercado. It's a great save from Walton. We're going to win ourselves a corner. 30 minutes on the clock. Who is taking our corners? It is Lelico stepping up to take it towards the back post. The goalkeeper comes out, Walton, and easily claims onto it. Bit of a television dive, but he still held onto it well. Just a few minutes later and another highlight. Leal to Sungui with the ball. Paul Leal wants it back. Does get it back. Leal across to Orellana, the El Salvadorian international, who actually scored twice from centre-back for El Salvador the other week. Lelico collects it on the left-hand side. Crosses in. Back post is Mercado. Across to Millet. And Sebastian Millet with his 3rd goal of the season. And the wonder kid on loan from Liverpool puts us 1-0 up in front against Charlton. It's going to be another victory, isn't it? It's going to be another victory. We're moving up to 17th place if everything stays this way. What I'm hoping for this season is we finish mid-table. I want a boring season. And if it's a boring season, it means we're probably only going to get 6 or 7 episodes, probably nothing too exciting, but we're not getting relegated. And next season is where we can then start to actually build a squad, maybe push for the playoffs next season. And then the season after that, push for the Premier League. Just going to get Psycho to do the halftime team talk. Lelico's not having a great game. He's on a 6.4, but everyone else is doing all right. I do have Dan and Lundaloo on the bench, who is, I think, our second top scorer, maybe even the top scorer for us. So he could bring himself on for Lelico in the very near future. Lelico plays that ball forward to Mille. He's got no real support at the moment. Has to go back. Lelico, once again, the Brazilian, to Luis Valadres, who's gone for a long-range effort and is blistered underneath the goalkeeper's hands. We are 2-0 up against Charlton. This is going to be 3 more points in the bag. We have turned this season around after an appalling start. We are picking up loads of points. This is going to be 4 or 5 games in a row without losing. And actually winning most of them. We've got ourselves another highlight, and we've actually stolen the ball away. It's Sungui going to run forward with it. Number 14 across to Luis Valadres. Is he going to go for the same thing again? Back to Jessen. Valadres, the Honduran, to Morten Jessen, the Dane. He's gone for a long ball. Sungui heads it down to Mercado. It's a great header, actually. Sungui, once again, makes some space for himself. Doesn't manage to get his cross away. Instead, he gets tripped over. It's going to be a penalty. Who's taking it? Is going to be Mille, I assume. It's not. It's Luis Valadres for his second of the game. We are 3-0 up against Charlton. This is 3 more points in the bag. And I can't actually believe how well we're playing right now. And there's a highlight straight after the goal. We've moved up to 17th place, apparently. If we nick the ball away and make it 4, this is perfect. Militic back to Lockyer. We are putting some pressure on. Ball upfield, headed down. Morgan goes all the way back, though, to Militic. He's gone for a long ball. Ben Brereton doesn't get it. And Valadres, who's now on a hat-trick, has the ball, but he's been tackled. They've gone out to the left, try to cross it in. Poku has the chance. He's gone for a little dink. It's over the bar. Right, time for a change. Look at those match ratings. Look at those numbers. We're going to do Lelico off for Dan and Lundulu. I think that's probably all we're going to do. What I might do as well, Mille might be coming off, not because he's tired or anything like that, but he plays a lot of football. He's playing for the Belgium under-21s as well, and they seem to play every other week for some reason, so he's often not particularly match fit, so we might bring him off. We've still got Bartosz Cybulski. He's sat on the bench, so we can maybe get Bartosz to score himself a goal in every single league that he's ever played in, which I think will be Conference, Vanarama National, up to the Championship if he scores, which will be pretty good. There is a highlight going on. I'm just waffling on, just absolutely rambling on. Perez doesn't nick the ball. Duncan has it for Charlton. He gets past 2 Southport players and keeps running. Morten Jessen trips him up, but somehow gets away with it. Unlundulu to Sebastian Mille. The wonder kid plays it forward. Dan Unlundulu, again, lovely touch to get past his man into the penalty area. Unlundulu goes for a little dink straight into the hands of Walton. Final 20 minutes. We are going to be doing this Mille substitution for Cybulski right about now. We're also going to do... Who do we do? Ibrahima Diop? He's the right back, isn't he? He's getting better. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring on Diop as well for Sungui. That's all of our subs. We are 3-0 up. We really shouldn't be throwing this away. They've only actually had 3 shots on target. Duncan with the free kick, McCann edge of the area. Big Bartosz Cybulski steals the ball away. It's now 2-on-2. Unlundulu is one of them. Poor control. Still manages to find Cybulski. Lovely 1-2 from Cybulski and Unlundulu. But Unlundulu's effort is just placed wide of the post. This is a great result. We're going to give him a get creative for the final 5 minutes. Maybe nick a 4th. Diop to Valadres. Now Leonardo Mercado. Valadres to Cybulski. Bartosz Cybulski gets 2 chances. And big Bartosz Cybulski gets his first goal of the season. 85 minutes on the clock. 4-0 up against Charlton. We are probably the best team in this league. We're not. We're barely quality enough for this league, let alone the best. But 4-0 against Charlton, I will take that. There is still time to, get a 5th. Do we want a 5th? We're not going to get a 5th. It's going to be a 4-0 victory. It's going to be a very good performance. Look at those numbers. Valadres getting man of the match. Morten Jessen getting an 8.2. Liao and Orellana both getting over 8s as well. A goal for Bartosz Cybulski. It's a very good 3 points on the board. And because this is the Championship, we haven't really moved anywhere because everyone is very tightly tight together down the bottom end of the table. We obviously are only going to have 3 matches technically in this episode. Next up is going to be Huddersfield, who are currently up in 5th place, so I expect probably a defeat in that one. But then we've got Portsmouth. If we can beat Portsmouth, we can find ourselves on 20 points come the end of the episode and literally be a mid-table side. Well, we've played Huddersfield And we are still undefeated. We have now actually gone undefeated for 6 games in total, 3 wins and 3 draws. So against Huddersfield, it was a 2-2 draw in this one. Fraser Hornby opened the scoring, then Leonardo Mercado scored. We then went 2-1 up through Sebastian Millet just before half-time into the second half. Ed Rivera, equalises for Huddersfield. But that is again another very good point for us against a high-flying side. Up next, Portsmouth, down in 21st. And as a Southampton fan, really want to win this one. Oh, and good news for us, they are on inconsistent form. They've just lost 4-1 against Leeds. 4-1. I mean, Leeds are top of the table, but 4-1 against Leeds. A 2-0 defeat as well against Swansea. They beat Watford, they drew with Hull, and they lost against Burnley. They don't score a huge amount of goals, not compared to us, who have scored just stupid amount of goals, actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 goals in the last 5 games. That's pretty good. The starting lineup then for the Portsmouth game is a little bit different from normal. Not massively different, but it's a bit different because basically fitness concerns. So in goal will be Terrazas. Gary Peralta, the Panamanian, will be the right back. Fred Langton will be playing as a left back today because Ezio, that's his name, nearly called him Sebastian. Ezio Spadera is currently very, very tired. Orellana and Leao will be the central defenders. Orellana also very, very tired. Morten Jessen will be the deep line playmaker. Can you guess what? He's very tired. Valadres and Perez will be the central midfielders. Valadres is very tired. Mercado on the right hand side, Lelico on the left, and Bartosz Cybulski will be getting a start today. So I did find out that our captain Bartosz Cybulski hasn't scored in the Vanarama National because we didn't have him in the Vanarama National. We signed him in League 2, but he's scored in League 2, League 1 and now the Championship. And I'm pretty sure if he scores a hat-trick in the Championship, he scored a hat-trick in every one of those leagues as well. Now this is obviously away from home. The last match we played against Charlton was at home. We were away from home as well against Huddersfield, but we did reasonably well, getting a good point against them. Jessen has the ball to Langton, 1 minute and 36 seconds on the clock, and possibly a chance might be going our way. Leal, the Mexican forward, Orellana now has the ball. He's going to go for a long ball towards Lelico. Now Langton crosses the ball. Mercado on the head, hits the bar, and Walks can get the ball clear. We are going to see the highlight as well. So we're seeing pretty much everything of the match so far. Langton crosses in. Valadres on the head into the goalkeeper's hands. I was going to try and say his name, but it's complicated. Guerreri, possibly, kicks it over the halfway line. The highlight carrying on. So we're 2.5 minutes in. We've seen most of what's happened so far. Valadres forward to the greatest Uruguayan ever to grace a football field in Merseyside. Mercado. He's not the one, is he? Mercado is it Mercado? It is Mercado. For some reason, I thought he was Brazilian. Mercado is the greatest Uruguayan ever to grace a football field in Merseyside. There is a highlight for Portsmouth. Still in the first 5 minutes. Blackett to Close. Is he going to cross it? He does cross it in. It's gone all the way through. Fletcher heads it straight into Terrazaz's hands. Well, we've made it past 10 minutes and nothing else has happened right away. We are 6 shots for us. 16.5. Gary Peralta's throw. Valadres Peralta crosses in with his left foot. It's a header clear. And hopefully Jessen does steal the ball. Fred Langton chests it down. Loads of space for the fullback. The big 6'6" fullback, if I'm not mistaken, crosses in. Perez goes for a long-range effort. And JLP, Jose Luis Perez, makes it 1-0. 17 minutes on the clock. His first goal of the season. This could be 3 more points, you know. We've moved up to 15th place. 21 points if everything stays this way. If we can get another goal, we could move even higher. We've actually gone to 16th place. Corner for Kirby for Portsmouth towards the back post. Morten Jessen heads clear. Montiel collects edge of the area. Cybulski closes him down. Coyle goes for a long range effort. And Trey Coyle with a wonderful goal for Portsmouth. It's 1-1. Well, it's been a rather exciting first half of football. A goal apiece. We are 16th place in the table. If it stays this way, 19 points after however many games we played is actually not bad, is it? Langton has the ball. Crosses it, Valadres heads away. Actually doesn't, I think someone else headed it away. Morten Jessen forward to Mercado. Mercado back to Jessen. We need to get some runners going. Perez and Jessen again. Back flick to JLP. Jessen, he's constantly getting the ball but not really getting forward. Mercado into the area. A bit of control. Gets tackled by Blackett. It's hit Cybulski. Lelico goes for goal. In at the front post and Lelico gets his 4th goal of the season. That goal was a mess. And I don't care because we scored it. So at half-time, we go in 2-1 to the good. Perez and Lelico with the goals. We're just going to get Psycho to do the half-time team talk. I'm thinking we might need to do a change. Not Big Dave. Maybe we do bring Big Dave on for one of the central defenders. Possibly for Orellana. Maybe let's wait for the moment. Orellana probably will need to come off at some point because he's looking tired. So is Jessen, 70%. He's actually dropped below 70% fitness. I mean, nothing's happening in the second half, so we're going to be doing some substitutions right about now. Jessen will be coming off. We're going to do Felipe Balde. Felipe Balde is transfer listed, and he is a deep line playmaker. Kinda. So he is going to get a chance. We're also going to do Mercado off for Sebastian Mille. No, we don't. We do Keith Hall. Keith Hall can't really play as an inside forward, but he can kind of do it. He's got the right numbers. Maybe we also do Valadres off for Reyes. That's all we're going to do, because that's all we can do. The fact that we haven't used our Wonder Kid striker in this match, and we're still winning the game, is actually pretty good. Lumps it upfield. It was Cebulski who wins ahead as well. Now Hall on the right-hand side. Is he going to cross? Cebulski's still in there. Hall crosses it eventually. Lelico on the head. Gets his second of the game, his fifth of the season, with 3-1 up against Portsmouth. Still got 20 or so minutes left to play. We are looking good. All of a sudden, after our just poor start to the season, we are actually turning into a pretty decent championship side. We're going to be mid-table. I think it's pretty much confirmed we're going to be mid-table. Cebulski with the ball forward to Lelico on the left. He's on a hat-trick now. He's got 3 in the box. Loses out. And potentially, I was going to say potentially Portsmouth can break, but no, they can't. Balde and Peralta passing between the pair of them. He goes forward. Keith Hall on the right-hand side, number 7. He's got Cebulski in the middle. Lelico's at the back. Lelico has been pushed. It is a penalty. Lelico will take the penalty. I love a player getting a hat-trick. I want Lelico to get himself a hat-trick. The Brazilian steps up. It's saved. Of course it's saved. Of course it's saved, because he's not very good at penalties, I assume. He's all right at corners, because he does take them towards the back post. The header clear, and possibly Portsmouth can get their own chance from a saved penalty. Fletcher runs down the left. It's 2-on-2. Fred Langton with a brilliant tackle there to prevent the counter-attack. Final 10 minutes of the match. Lelico's picked up a yellow card. He should have got himself a hat-trick. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, although we've still got 5 minutes. Big Bartos with the ball in the centre circle. Now finds Lelico. Is he going to play it forward? Finds Fred Langton on the left-hand side. 4 in the box. Lelico gets it now. Perez, edge of the area. Felipe Balde possibly wants to pull the trigger. He does. Now Gary Peralta across towards Fred Langton into the penalty area. Lelico needs that. Instead, Langton goes for an effort himself. And now a possible counter-attack is on. Coyle runs forward, gets past Orellana, goes for an effort, but places it wide of the post. Still 3-1 against Portsmouth. This is going to be another 3 points. And this is going to be our 7th match without losing in a row. Considering we didn't win for 8 matches, we've basically just turned around our form in one kind of month, haven't we? Hall has it with on the right-hand side. Tries to find Cebulski, can't manage it. Walks back to the central defender. Portsmouth do have a chance. Fletcher's one-on-one with the keeper. He has to score. He doesn't score. Fred Langton, what happened there? Sorry. No. I know there's a highlight going on, but how do we make replays work? What happened here? So, can we slow this down? Can we slow this down? Let's put it there. Let's drop it down. So, Ilic heads down. Coyle, good effort. Oh, that's a goal. He's offside. Hold on. Hold on. Is this something that we've just missed? I didn't want to see this. Right, I think I've finally got it. So, Fletcher has the ball. He's going to go for goal, obviously. We know that. It's saved. Langton then takes a touch and then smashes it into the post. Terrazas heads the ball clear. Fletcher then collects it on the left-hand side. Ilic heads down. Coyle's offside. Puts it in the back of the net. That was the weirdest highlight. And it also took me about 45 minutes to get this bloody replay thing to work. Apparently, we've got ourselves a free kick. Guerrieri holds on. This is live. We're watching live. There we go. Got rid of the thing. Montiel has the ball on the right-hand side for Portsmouth into the penalty area. He goes for goal. He's hit the post as well. Felipe Balde gets the ball clear for a throw. We've got 4 minutes of injury time. This match has been a mess. In terms of performance. We had a missed penalty. We've had a goal disallowed. We've had our defender smash the ball into his own bar, apparently, when he could have just easily kicked it off for a corner or just upfield. And I can't work out how to do replays. We've won 3-1. We've won 3-1. Should have been 4. This is a 100% successful episode. 6 points from 2 matches on camera. We're climbing up the table in the championship. We're mid-table. We are mid-table. We are, 8 points clear of 22nd place Portsmouth. We are also just 10 points behind 6th place Middlesbrough. We're actually only 13 points, 12 points, that's what it is. We're only 12 points behind table-topping Watford. We're in the middle of the table. This is good. This is actually good news. Southport make it 7 unbeaten. How have we turned that form around? Like, literally, from the start of the season up until the Burnley game, we just could not win to save our lives. Then we played Stoke, which I don't think was on camera, but we won that one 2-0. Then we beat Hull 3-0. QPR we beat 1-0. And then we've just been scoring goals for fun. Absolute fun. We've got Swansea next, which is going to be a tough game. Forest, Crewe. I mean, these are definitely winnable games, aren't they? Right, that's going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we are probably going to go a reasonable distance forward. Maybe Sunderland. So we'll play 4 off camera. Might do Sunderland. Maybe even Brentford. We'll go for Brentford. And we'll possibly even go for Luton. That's what we're going to do. Because I think we're going to be finishing mid-table this season. Basically, I don't see the point in us hanging about and just playing matches for the sake of playing matches just to get videos out. I want to fly through the season. Next season is going to be hopefully the one where it's a little bit more interesting, possibly climbing the table, pushing for playoffs maybe. But yeah, this season we're going to try and fly through the rest of it reasonably quick. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with more Football Manager.